Hey, what's up guys? Just Doug here, back with another video on the DTF Motorsports YouTube channel. I just wanted to do a quick overview of the engine build for the 79 6.0. I planned on doing that when the engine was on the stand before I put it back in the chassis, but the weather was good. I had the equipment here, so I put the motor in the chassis a while ago. And then I started thinking about it and realized I never did like a engine build like overview, just going through what's all done to the motor. So that's what I'm gonna do today before I start laying all the wiring harness and stuff on top of it, and then it don't look as pretty. So yeah, we'll go over to the truck now. All right, so this is how the engine currently sits, sitting in the frame. I pretty much have, I'd say 90% of the stuff to, buttoned up to have this motor complete. The real big thing I don't have yet that I didn't buy it is the turbo. I do plan on doing a KC stage 2 with the 10 blade. I know they just came with the 9 blade, and I really thought about doing the 9 blade just because I love the obnoxious whistle, especially because, this thing is just going to be an attention whore. So I really thought about doing that, but they did say it's a little laggier, and I hate turbo lag. So I think I'm just going to do the stage 2 10 blade. I think it's going to be plenty loud enough, and hopefully, perform a little better than 9 blade. So, but yeah, so I guess we'll start at the bottom, go through the engine, work our way up. So I tore this whole thing down. I didn't take the rotating assembly out, but I did pull the bed plate to reseal it, and while that was off, I did put new bearings in the bottom end. So put brand new OEM bearings in it. Like I said, every gasket and seal is brand new on this motor. Bought the whole engine gasket kit. It's brand new oil pan. I powder coated that Illusion Royal. That's the same color that's on this whole truck. I mean, as far as the engine powder coat goes. Brand new motor mounts, all new sensors through the whole motor. This is an OEM dampener, but I did do the ARP bolts on the dampener. I didn't like that the OEM ones don't have like a torque spec. It's a torque plus angle. I never cared for that, so I had to buy new ones anyway, so I just went with the ARPs. And then brand new water pump. I did just do the OEM Ford water pump just because, I'm knocking my hose off. Just because these front covers for these 6.0s are getting hard to find and very expensive. So the OEM one having the plastic impellers, I'd rather have the impellers fail versus, if the bulletproof diesel one was to fail, it would eat up the front cover, and then that would be a whole ordeal trying to replace all that. So I did just do the OEM water pump. I am going to do a coolant filter on it, so hopefully I don't have any issues with that water pump ever. I'm waiting on my new idlers to come in. I picked them up today, but apparently they're the wrong ones. They're too small, so I gotta run back to the parts store and see which ones I'm supposed to have. Whole brand new tensioner assembly, that's OEM Ford. I had to get this new coolant hose, that's OEM Ford. I absolutely destroyed that thing trying to get it out of the front cover, so I didn't have to buy a new front cover, but I got it out and didn't destroy the cover, so it worked out. Working back down, where are we at? So like I said, I didn't do anything with the rotating assembly. These are brand new heads from Dynamic Diesel Performance and Machine in Michigan. I originally brought my old heads up there. I was just gonna have them decked and O-ringed, and then, so he cleaned them, mag checked them. Luckily, no cracks. He was super surprised. He said that's very rare to get 6.0 heads. They don't have any cracks in them at all. So that part was good. But the truck, this donor truck sat a lot. So the valve seats had some pitting in it. I'm assuming just from sitting around. And he said by time he decked the heads, O-ringed them, and lapped the valve seats and everything, that I wouldn't be much more money just buy brand new heads. So that's what I ended up doing, bought brand new heads. These ones are O-ringed already, and they have a little bit upgraded valve spring, and I think they flow better too. I don't remember the exact spec of the heads, but they're brand new from Dynamic Diesel Performance and Machine. Obviously ARP head studs, and I did buy the ARP bolts for the inner, like the M8s. So those are all ARP too. Valve covers, just OEM valve covers that are sandblasted and powder coated. All brand new hardware and bushings for those. Like I said, all new gaskets everywhere. So Brand new Rudy's high flow manifolds, brand new hardware for those, spacers, everything. I did have them sandblasted and Cerakoted at Jeff's Powder Coating Monroe. I thought they came coated already. Apparently I was wrong, because just from sitting in here, they were starting to get a little surface, like starting to get a little orange from just where I touched them, just from the oils in my skin. So I took them back off, got them Cerakoted. And those are gonna go to, I have BD's bellowed up pipes with the big BD collector. I had that Cerakoted too with these. I think that already was, but just to be safe, I just had it re-sandblasted and Cerakoted. Yeah, I just don't have those on right now because I haven't bought my turbo yet. And then since we're back here, you can see this kit here. I just did a video on this. This is CNC Fabrications 4-line feed kit. It's got the distribution block up there. And then those go to high flow banjo bolts in the front and rear of the heads. And that's gonna be fed by fast fuel system. It's on the other side, I should walk over there. But so I did the fast with their new sump. The tank's on the ground right now, but I do have the sump installed. So let me walk over to that side of the truck real quick. I had to crawl under the truck and show you guys this this fast sump. I mean, this thing is massive. It's literally as big as my hand, and it is super deep. Yeah, I bought their full no drop kit because I was gonna do a sump anyways, and then I seen Fast came out with their own sump, and this thing just looks sweet. So yeah, I had to make sure to get this on video for you guys. This thing is absolutely massive. So yeah, this is the fast fuel system here, and actually I was able to use all the mounts that came with it. It's for, you know, the Super Duty body style, but luckily it still worked out on the 79 bed. So perfect fit there, and I got just the right amount of hang. You can see the filters below the bed, so that'll be nice. Yep, and then since I'm walking over them, I'll show you guys all my wiring harness. I went through and re-loomed and retaped all the wiring harnesses for this truck. It's all brand new loom, all retaped. I did that for all the engine bay harnesses, transmission, the ones that go down the frame, that one's already on there. Like I said, all re-loomed and retaped, so all that stuff looks brand new. Let's go back to the motor. So we did the heads, 4-line feed kit, brand new OEM glow plug harnesses and glow plugs. Brand new alternator. This is actually gonna come back off. I'm gonna powder coat the front of this nose piece to match the Illusion Royal on here. EGR delete from Sinister. This is an old school one. I actually had this sitting in a box forever. And here's a better look at that CNC Fabrications 4-line feed kit with the distribution block right there. Got the 6.4 oil filter housing, billet cap from Swag Performance. I am gonna get a billet oil fill cap. I just haven't ordered one yet. And then for the injectors, I got 190, 100 Warren premium diesel injectors. And then, like I said, for a turbo, I'm gonna do a KC Stage 210 blade. And then I have the 4-inch downpipe to 5-inch exhaust. And it's dusty right now, but I did polish out this entire exhaust, sanded it and polished the whole thing. So it actually looks like a mirror all the way back. And then it's gonna be axle dumped to a custom exhaust tip that I'm gonna make, so. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I have as far as anything that should be mentioned on the motor. Oh, the piping. So I did do the Rudy's piping kit. I did the elbow and the full piping kit. Just came polished. I sandblasted it all and powder coated it. Illusion Royal to match the motor. And I do plan on, I'm gonna run the riffraff boots with this kit just because I've heard that the riffraff boots are like the best for the 6.0. So I'm gonna run those. I'm gonna run a different brand air filter too, something that's name brand, so I know exactly what the filter is. Yeah, and then I have Moto oil cooler. all new Moto radiator hoses that aren't in yet. I do have a full aluminum Moto radiator. I just bought the Swag Performance intercooler, so it's just like an OEM plus one. It's like the same size, but it just has the full metal tanks instead of having the plastic end caps, so hopefully I don't blow this one up. I also just picked up brand new AC compressor, brand new AC lines. I do have the power steering pump, the pulley's powder coated, I just haven't put that on yet. Yep, so, sorry, my heat's about to kick on. All right, sorry about that. My heater kicked on. It is freezing here in Michigan today and snowing and sleeting and doing all that fun stuff. But I thought of a couple other things that I forgot. I did do a brand new oil pump, the low pressure oil pump. I thought about doing the billet one, but I talked myself out of it because the billet one is for higher RPMs, and I mean, this thing's gonna be a show truck on 40s. If I know that I have the ability to hit 5,000 RPMs, I'm gonna hit 5,000 RPMs. So I decided to just put a brand new OEM oil pump in there. And then I also forgot I did the updated push rods. I don't remember if they're chromoly or billet from Dynamic Diesel Performance and Machine. Did all brand new heavy duty lifters and lifter buckets and all that good stuff. So hopefully have all the upgrades that the 6.0 needs to be reliable. But I mean, this thing was bone stock out of the donor truck and it ran great. No issues at all. Like I said, when I bought it, the VGT was stuck, and I think it was the driver's side manifold was like rusted in half. Good old Ohio work truck, man. But like I said, other than that, it was bone stock and it ran great. So was a good runner before. Hopefully it still is after I do all this work to it. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I have. I think that pretty much covers it as far as all the motor work stuff. Oh yeah, I did do a 6.7 starter too. I bought the bolt and the spacer to make up that difference for that bolt there, and then the rest of them are just the factory bolts, and that thing bolts right in. So yeah, like I said, I just wanted to do a video on the motor before I start wrapping the wiring harness all over this thing and put the cab on, and then you won't get a good view of it. I did mean to do more videos of this while I was building the motor, but I was limited on time. I wanted to get this thing done, and I remember when I was building this, I had a ton of customer trucks in and out of here too, so it was very split apart when I was working on this thing. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up everything I did to it that I can think of. I'm sure I'm missing some stuff, but covers most of it. Like I said, should be a really fun truck to drive, and you know, it's not a race truck, so I got to keep reminding myself that, even though it might end up with a nitrous bottle somewhere. So that's a video for another day, but that'll be mostly for looks too, I think. But like I said, at the end of the day, this thing's pavement princess on 40s. I mean, I'm not trying to win no races or enter no burnout competitions or nothing, so mostly just trying to have a good running truck that makes cool Yeti noises. So hopefully we can accomplish that. Also, kind of engine related, as far as the transmission is stock right now. I do plan on upgrading it, but my main goal right now is just to get the truck running and driving, just because this has been, like I said, a multiple year project. So I want to get it running and driving, you know, take it to a couple of shows, hopefully this summer. I really hope to have it done by the spring. Enjoy it for the summer, and then over the following winter, whenever I finish it, the following winter, I want to go through and either just put a billet trans in it, or I'm just gonna, you know, do the billet torque converter and a couple upgrades to like the valve body and stuff like that. But as far as what I'm doing to it right now, I am doing a 6.4 transmission pan. I still have the stock one on there, it's all rusty and crusty, but I am doing a 6.4 oil pan with the 6.4 internal filter. That way I can get rid of the frame mounted filter up here. I don't have it here, but there's supposed to be like a toilet paper style like filter right here. So that's not going back in, and I'm actually gonna custom make all braided AN lines to go from here to the transmission cooler. So yeah, it's like I said, transmission's stock right now. I'm going to keep that in mind when I get this thing running and driving, because obviously this truck should make pretty decent power, so I don't want to absolutely kill this transmission. But like I said, I just want to get this thing running and driving so I can enjoy it for this next upcoming summer, hopefully, and then do some, like I said, either just put a full built transmission in it or just do some upgrades just to make this thing live up to the power. I know these 5R110s handle a lot, so it might be good for a long time yet, but yeah, just wanted to cover a little bit of the transmission too. So yeah, guys, that pretty much covers my 6.0 engine build for this 79 crew cab project. Like I said, I know I meant to do a lot more videos when I was tearing the motor down and going through the full build and everything, and I have a lot of videos, but like I said, it was just so split up over such a long period of time that the videos don't really go together. They don't make sense. So I just never ended up posting any of it. I use little clips of it and stuff for Instagram and some shorts on stuff and shorts on here and stuff like that. But yeah, so I mean, the videos will get incorporated into the build of this thing eventually. But like I said, I just didn't have the time for all the videoing and everything when I was doing the motor build. So wanted to do a quick overview before I start wrapping this thing in the wiring harness, and it just gets all covered up and you never see any of the cool stuff anyways. But yes, that pretty much wraps it up. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. If you guys have any advice, if there's anything else I should do to this thing before I try to fire it up, comment down below. Saying a prayer, hopefully I don't have 6.0 problems. But yeah, thanks for watching.